Hi everyone, it's Harry here from the communications team at Virtua, and today we're joined by our CSO, Ash. How you doing, Ash?
Hey Harry, how we doing?
Great. You've joined us again to talk more about Cardano Island, and today specifically land bots. So what can you tell us about the land bots?
Well, landbots fit into the wider narrative. What we've always talked about is how we want a meta game that exists. And that's one of the motivations for anyone to come into our metaverse. You know, there's something that's always going on. Landbots form one of the attributes of all of the deeds and all the lands that exist within Cardano Island and generally in Virtua. Landbots come with different forms and different types and different skills. And what they're able to do is they can work with the resources that are part of the land deed. When we have the deed sale and the land plots and all that stuff happening on the 7th, when you get your deed, you're going to be able to see the type of land that you've ended up with. So that's going to have X amount of resources, and our resources are like gold, iron, electro rock, sticky goo, and obviously for Cardano Island, we've got Cardonium, which was the name which was voted by the community. And then what you're going to be able to do is when you log into your Virtua account, we'll be able to tell that you've got this land with this resources, and we'll be able to tell if you've got this bot. If you've got the bot and you've got the land with that resource, it will be able to mine and will start releasing as an emission that resource to you. And that will just go into your account. Then you'll have this resource that you can trade, or you can do more with. You can create new sort of things with, and get to a certain point with that resource that you might be able to, you will be able to have more NFTs, potentially more land and more access. You know, there might be enough gold you need to create a golden key, which opens a door that takes you somewhere. So, the game and the fun of it is all part of that. And the bots, fit into Cardano Island, just as they fit into the wider Virtua narrative. However, what makes them special in terms of Cardano Island is a very unique look to them, unique colors to them. And also they're the only bots that are able to mine Cardonium, which is a resource that only exists in the land of Cardano.
Amazing. So this is all part of like the gamification of the universe, and it's going to be really interesting how that kind of plays out as the space expands.
Yeah, it is. And I think that, visually they look so cute. They're so exciting. It's really fun to see some of them. And they have these different families as well. Different bots do different things. And we have like the inventors, which have like this a really round sort of head, and they look really super intelligent. Then we have a transport bot that's going to be able to move resource. And we've got an astronaut, which is going to be linked to the later stuff that we have happening with some of our space linked IPs and also exploring that part of the world. We've got a scientist, which is really good for sciencey stuff and doing stuff a little bit different from the inventor. We've got demolition bots. We've got guardian bots, which look really cool, which defend, and there's going to be an element of that coming into it. And with some of the games that we've got coming, we always make sure that these bots are going to be part of that narrative. We've got miners, explorers, engineers, builders, farmers, mechanics, which is an interesting one. So, let's say you have a particular NFT and maybe it's a helicopter, but you won't be able to fly it unless you've got a mechanic bot, because he's the one that's going to be able to repair it using some of the stuff that he has. So these are the kind of things we're talking about. And then we have the scouts and explorers are really important because, as new land is unlocked or new adventures, appear, maybe there's an element of discovery linked to those. And those are things that, scout bots and different bots are going to end up being really, really useful for.
Wow, there's just so much to unpack, isn't there? And so many different combinations that you can put together to create different storylines and do different things with. So what's the roadmap for some of the land bots? Have we got some dates in mind?
Yeah, so we've announced the land mint date. We announced the deed sale and all that's happening on the 7th. And then you're going to be able to claim land. So the way we're operating it through a claim portal. So the claim portal is what's going to unlock you the subsequent things. It will look at your wallet, it will look at what you already have, and then it will show, you'll know what you're entitled to next. I think the bots are probably going to be about 30 to 60 days after the 7th of the 7th, so we're going to have the deed, then you have a land claim, then you have a bot claim, but we're not sure whether the bot claim is going to be before the land claim or the land claim is going to be before the bot claim. So that little bit we just have to iron out. Nothing is very far, and that's what we had a Twitter space yesterday, and the point we were trying to make is that a lot of this stuff's already built. It's not a case of it's very, very far away. It's all happening, and it's all happening relatively soon.
Incredible. So exciting. And final question, actually, but is there a perk if you own all 7 Cardano Summit NFTs in terms of access or anything for the Landbox?
Yes. So, the Summit NFTs are important, a part of the narrative for all of Cardano Island. So owning the 7 Summit NFTs gets you pre-mint already, so you get access to early mint if you own all 7. The other thing is that it was going to get you a free mint of a bot as well. So, the bots aren't going to be free, but they're going to be part of the adventure. However, if you've got all 7 Summit NFTs, then when you go to the claim portal, we'll check you've got them, and then you're entitled for a free mint to get one of the cool bots. I can show you some of them if you like. I'll give you a little some sneak peeks of some of the concepts that we've had. You just see some of the thought that we've really put into the design of each and every one of these. So let me just go over to the inventors, and I'll show you what these guys look like. You can look at each one of them. Has a little bit of TLC that's linked to them, different colors, different designs, but some are they're gonna have different rarities that are linked to them as well. So these guys look really, really interesting and really, really cool.
So unique.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've really tried to. We put a lot of love into it, and these are all going to exist all through Virtua. So we'll have a lot happening there. So yeah, I'll turn it off there before I get into trouble. But yeah, so bots look really cool visually. They're part of the story. They're going to be they're part of the narrative, and owning those things is going to be definitely beneficial for the community. And it all forms part of this whole reason of why we want to do this in the first place. There needs to be that element of, even if I'm sitting there on my own and I've got no one doing anything with me at that particular time, I can still have my bot. He's beavering away. They're doing some cool stuff. Remember what we've mentioned with land bots is you have land bot slots on your land. So you don't just have one, you can have 3 bots that are operating on your land at any one time. And each one works with different types of resource and can mine more. And then, later on over time, we'll be saying, okay, well, there's this new NFT that's coming, but you can only mint it if you've got sticky goo, or you can only mint this one with electro rock or that kind of stuff. So it really gamifies access to different sorts of collectibles as well.
Outstanding. It sounds so exciting, just more and more going into this project. And it's so close now, 7th of the 7th. It's all going to start happening. We can't wait. Thanks so much for your time.
No worries.
Always a pleasure. And again soon.
Cheers.